This is Women's Haven. So they didn't allow me to sit at their table. So I decided to build my own. And here we are.
Really?
In multiple countries. Like you were saying, like my teaching now has gone into empowering others because I have CEOs across the region. Because I don't deal with all the different countries. I empower women to own their own business, to build a legacy for themselves and their families in their countries. So it's more than just selling products for Women's Haven. It's empowering women across the region as well.
Welcome to Breast Intentions, the podcast where we take off the bra of expectations and dive into honest, empowering conversations. We're your hosts, Nadine and Cynthia, two Canadian girls who swapped snow boots for flip-flops in the Cayman Islands. This is your space to feel seen, supported, and a little less alone. So grab a cup of coffee or a glass of champagne and get ready for your weekly handful of truth, wellness, and empowerment. Welcome back to Breast Intentions. Today's guest is the incredible Melesia Adderley, founder and CEO of Women's Haven, the Caribbean's first female-owned organic feminine care brand. What started as a personal mission has grown into a global movement, with products now reaching over 15 countries, all while empowering women and breaking the stigma around menstrual health.
So on today's episode, we have Melesia, who is the founder of Women's Haven, which is feminine care products.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me, ladies.
Well, thanks for coming on. This is going to be a very interesting topic.
Definitely.
Something we haven't covered at all. So why don't you give us a little bit of an introduction to your products and your line and your company, who you are, and the link that I believe there was your own personal health experience with it?
Yes. So thank you very much again for this opportunity. So Women's Haven, it's basically my personal life, just to give a little background of who I am. Again, my name is Melesia Adderley. I'm the CEO and founder of Women's Haven. Women's Haven is proudly the first female Caribbean-owned organic feminine care product line of its kind. Our products are in access in over 14 countries and sold in over 100 different stores across the region. So we're very proud of that.
You should be.
Prior to my journey, I'm also a mom of four, a homeschool mom of four. Prior to me starting Women's Haven, I also, I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I was in the corporate world for some time. A few years, and then eventually I started a food delivery service here in Cayman, which was Island Grub, which was the first online food delivery service here in Cayman.
Yes, I remember that.
Definitely.
Many years ago. So I did that for a while, and then I started Women's Haven through my own personal experiences, which I'll talk about in a bit. And when Women's Haven took off, I just merged both companies and took the delivery aspect of Island Grub, incorporated into Women's Haven so it can deliver to the stores across the region, across the country, and help me with everything because it just grew beyond my imagination. And all of that started from a personal journey when I was always very irritated throughout my cycle. And I used to think it was just me for a very, very long time. I was like, what's wrong with me? What am I doing? Am I eating? Am I just like what it is? And, maybe TMI, I was a virgin and I wasn't like sleeping around. So I was like, eliminated all of that stuff out of my life. I don't eat really horrible. I'm very athletic. Like, what's wrong? But it only happened during my cycle. So I was like, it gotta be something to do with my period. Is it like, am I allergic to myself or like, what is it? You know what I mean? So I went down this rabbit hole and found a concept of organic pads. When I first heard of the concept, I was like, organic pads? So like, what do you mean? Like, what are we using now if it's not organic? Like, what are you tagging on this word organic for? I was like, maybe that's a marketing gimmick. And I was like back in like 2015, like really long time ago. Like, people was tagging on these words at the time, sales gimmick. So I thought it was a sales gimmick. Anyway, 6 months went by. I was like, of course, my period been 6 months and I'm still irritated. I'm like, let me just try this gimmick and see what really happens. I purchased some for myself, tried it, blew my mind. As I put it on, I was like, is this a placebo or something? I wanted this to work so badly that it actually working. No, man, couldn't be serious. Anyway, I kept using it for a few months and I was like, I don't feel irritated anymore. It can't be just my pads. You serious? When I went on the research rabbit hole to discover what is actually in the conventional, traditional pads. I was like, no way, this is on the shelf for ladies. No way.
And we're putting them very
On
close to
the most absorbent part of
or
your
even,
body.
like inside.
Yes, with tampons and stuff. I'm like, this
Yes.
cannot be real. So I was like, okay, let me try to see. It's a taboo topic. So I was like, how can I
Right.
talk to
Yeah.
people about this now? Because there's no resource. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. How am I going to talk to people? So at work and like in my interactions, I'll be like, you feel a little irritated. You want to try this pass? So I'll use my little stash and like give out little single stash to people like, try this, try this. Just I never thought anything of it. Because again, I thought it was just me. Then eventually they started coming back to me like they want more. I was like, you want more?
You're the dealer.
I became like the little pod woman. I was like, okay. So I started still bringing in this stuff. I was like, let me bring it in for you. I wasn't think of a business at the time. Just a woman helping a woman. You know how it is when we find something good and we put someone else onto it, right?
Yeah.
That was a journey for a while. Then eventually I was like, it just kept growing and more people kept talking to each other. Like word of mouth spread. Then eventually I was like, okay, let me try to get into the stores. I got into Foster's. I was like, okay, this is a business. Okay. Never thought this. I wanted to be a teacher. But anyway, here we are. And
Well, you still are a teacher.
I am, right? I'm going to get to that, right? Like I end up growing my business and I'll talk about that in a while. But then after that, I was like, women started to say they wanted it to be cheaper and they wanted more in each pack. I was like, well, okay, now I don't own the company. I could give you the products and get them to you, but I can't customize the pricing. This is exactly what it is. This is what customs. I'm not trying to make money or anything.
Right.
So I reached out to the brand. I was like, hey, would you consider working with me? I've already established in the Caribbean. I was in a few countries at the time, in a few stores as well. And they were like, no, I don't know who you are. Like, I guess I don't make Forbes and I make CNN and I make, the whole thing. I was like, all right, this little Caribbean girl, who she thinks she is. Anyway, whatever. I still kept on because I know I've never seen a Caribbean person do that. So I never really thought, you could do it like that. I didn't give up though. I started to do some research. I reached out to manufacturers that do organic pads and I was like, hey, would you consider? They were like, small startup, you need like 350,000 pieces and that's like per size. I was like, I don't have that kind of money. Like I just was just trying this out. And they were like, I'm sorry, we can't do that. I'm like, I understand. But I never gave up, continued selling that brand, doing my thing. I kept them up to date. So every time I would get into a new store or a new country with the existing brand I was carrying at the time, I would still be like, hey, we've done this. I never gave up because I never really thought it really could be possible, Anyway, I reached out to them one day and I was like, hey, would you consider again? Like, we're just trying. They were like, yes, we'll do it. And they went below the MOQ, the minimum order quantity. And that's when I created the liners, my first size.
That was your first one?
Yes.
Okay.
And from there on, here you are. And I have tons more products.
This is amazing.
This is Women's Haven. So they didn't allow me to sit at their table. So I decided to build my own. And here we are.
Really?
In my multiple countries. Like you were saying, like my teaching now has gone into empowering others because I have CEOs across the region. Because I don't deal with all of the different countries. I empower women to own their own business, to build a legacy for themselves and their families in their countries.
Right.
So it's more than just selling products for Women's Haven. It's empowering women across the region as well.
Yeah.
And helping others by providing safe, organic feminine care products.
Yes. How many products do you have?
Over 20 different products we have. This is just a few here that the most popular ones. We have a few other ones
How
as
long
well.
have you been in business for?
We started in 2017 and Women's Haven brand itself launched on markets maybe by 2019, having my own branded products. Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Can we talk, just sort of list the products?
Okay, but we have a wide range of sanitary napkins. So we have the thong liners, extra long liners, and regular liners. We also have regular pads, heavy pads, extra heavy pads. We have menstrual cups. We have a large and a small. We have a Wool Wellness tea, which is very good. We also have a yoni wash, which is like a wash down there, a yoni oil. We have a purse ready kit as well, which is basically samples of individual pads for people who want to have it on the go, girls at school to put in their bags. We also have a bamboo wipes. We also have a yoni steam. We also carry yoni pops, which is like similar to like boric acid. Like, you know, when the doctor giving you have like a yeast infection, you're gonna like insert this pill. Yeah. We have that organic version of that. And we also have a detox pearls as well. We also have a male herbal wash. We also have a deodorant, full body deodorant, underarm, under breasts and thighs and all that. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
So many. Like when you think it's like a hygiene brand for women, you think pads,
right? You don't think
like
everything in it's. That's why it's women's haven, a haven for women all around. And our logo is a flower blooming, and the apostrophe is the stem of the rose.
Oh, I see it. Yes.
Oh, you're right.
Yes, it's all very symbolic.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah, very thoughtful.
Yes.
Well, and we were just talking earlier that I had seen something this morning about, because our podcast is very much around like women in midlife, menopause, perimenopause, where maybe some people listening are like, oh, well, you know,
what do you got for me?
I don't need any
anymore. We can help you.
What could I actually, what products could benefit me?
Yes.
And one of the ones is the panty liners.
Yes.
Because
lots of women wear them leaking and you just inconsistency for whatever. Sometimes you're just unsure. Lots of women going through perimenopause and menopause, they do use the line, they use the liners.
Well, and I think, I don't know if we've had this conversation, but from conversations, there is typically like a bit of a pH change around the time of perimenopause and menopause, where it's like
your estrogen and everything just goes all over the place.
Yeah, and you can be way more susceptible to UTIs.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Exactly. And what you have on your body is very important during that time. And making sure it's organic, I'm telling you, it's not a sales pitch. It's really, really makes a huge difference.
There was it a couple years ago when they came out with that big
article.
And it
what's up?
With the tampons, right?
The tampons talking about all of the
toxins,
chemicals and
there was a recent one too from the University of the Free State in South Africa, with 15 sanitary napkins brands were tested and all tested positive for endocrine disruptors.
No way.
It's a recent study just last month, February of this year. Check it out. It's really. Wow.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I've had this conversation about the cup.
The menstrual cup.
Yeah, I switched to that.
Yes.
Years ago. I mean, I didn't need it for very long. But I had said, like, I wish I did it way sooner.
Yes.
Because it was
education
game changer.
Is so important. It's beyond just having products and access to them, but knowledge and understanding your bodies and realizing a simple change of the products you use can just blow your mind. Like for me, my period used to be 7 days. Now it's 3 days.
Yeah, no way.
I literally just changed my pads. I haven't done anything. I don't take medications, anything. And it was simply because of the toxicity of regular pads that I've been using. No, I've never itched. I've never felt uncomfortable ever since.
Wow.
Been years.
I don't remember if this is in my questions, and it may be a bit off topic, but are you going into schools and speaking to girls?
Well, yes, it has been a mission of mine. I attended the Rise Girls at John Gray about two years ago. I attended Clifton Hunter as well. Those are my only two major ones. I would love to get into the schools more. So if anyone's listening and interested, please do reach out for me to be able to assist. I do assist in other regions, like for example, the government has sent Kitts and Nevis, the Department of Gender Affairs and Ministry of Gender Affairs to work with Women's Haven, and we're in all the schools in Nevis. There for the young girls, and they have access to free money. Yes, Women's Haven.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah.
So the liners would be good for midlife.
Yes.
Probably
also the oil, the wash, and the warm wellness tea. Those are popular ones for those going through perimenopause who have stopped their periods and just going through that.
Is the wash a pH?
Yes, it helps to regulate and balance all of that. All of our products is with that in mind.
Does it have a smell to it?
Nothing is scented. It shouldn't be scented. It's just naturally scented.
Exactly.
Putting that all up.
There's no scent in anything. It's just any scent is organically scented with all the ingredients are transparent. It's listed there. You can Google them, check them out. We have our certifications. We have our MSDS sheets and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I'm interested in the tea. Tell me more about that.
Yeah.
Well, it's very good for your womb. So for like you had cramps, if you have, in a bad mood, you just feel off, it just helps to regulate your insides, your flow. Sometimes, as women, we don't always eat healthy. We don't always exercise. Sometimes we need to add help to things. And it's all organic ingredients, no artificial flavors, anything like that. So, yeah.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
With the whole topic of the taboo topic, it being a taboo topic, why do you think these conversations have been taboo for so long?
I think for the most part, these conversations have been taboo because women's health has never really been the focal point of society. I mean, we live in a man's world. Basically, every stat we see is based on a male. It's not necessarily related to females, just in a general sense. And with that being said, it's consequential that women's health and periods and all these things are seen as, we can't talk about that. That's a personal thing that women are supposed to deal with
private
and keep private. To me, menstrual health affects your mental health. Yeah. So we have to take it seriously. Over half of the population of the world, is females.
Yeah.
So how could we ignore the one major thing that makes us a woman?
Yeah, right.
And unfortunately, because of that, it's become a taboo. And it's evidence in everything around us. Because an example I like to bring up a lot is look at restrooms. Males have toilets and urinals. Women, we just have toilets. We don't even have the decency of having a sanitary napkin dispenser. Whether we have to pay for it, it's free. The maintenance cost of a urinal versus a sanitary napkin dispenser. Why did you feel the need that they need to have a urinal there too?
Right.
It's in the toilet. You can do the same thing.
Right.
I understand. Why do you feel that you need to add that additional expense? I mean, it's just a common thing. Just think about it for a bit. Why? And not think about us. Why we couldn't have something for us to. So, they added baby stuff for us to go and, take care of baby. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. But why is that not in the male's bathroom too?
Yeah.
Why is it only in the female?
Yeah.
So
it's true.
Anytime that you go into a public washroom, are you instantly scanned?
I'm always looking for a sanitary napkin. Most of the time, there's nothing in it.
Not anymore, right? When I was young, there used to, at least in Canada.
There's nothing.
There's
nothing.
But I feel like they've taken them away.
It's just no one needs to have access to.
It doesn't fit the aesthetic vibe of the restaurant.
Doesn't.
So, for sure when I was little, we used to have them.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Right?
That. Yeah.
They were 25 cents or whatever to buy something. Yeah. But then over the years, it just
maybe they think
away.
More people carry them with them. I don't really know.
Yeah. I think they think that women just should know.
Figure it out for yourself.
Yeah, sometimes I've seen videos, jokes or whatever, but online and social media where someone say, I need my periods come. He'll be like, well, can't you hold it? Hold what?
Hold it until you get home.
Really.
Yeah.
It's not pee.
Yeah.
Right? But they don't, some people just don't understand because of the taboo.
About it.
And no one talks about it. And if they do talk about it, it's very minimal and it's only with girls. It's not with boys. So
what else did I see? I saw a girl on social media sent her boyfriend out to get tampons.
Oh, the ones that smell?
No, different one. And so she was asked him I need whatever this pack, this 48 pack or 2 of the whatever pack. And he came back with 12 and he goes, here you go, 12 for 12 days.
Really, one day. But they don't understand because it's just a lack of no one taught them. It's always a secret. And, even in homes with girls and moms and girls, it's a taboo in those homes too.
Yeah, for sure.
And you would think you would be it's a girl, you're a girl, but no, mom and daughters don't talk either sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and I think even from our era,
just when it's to tap in, here's the pad. put it on.
Yeah.
That's it. You've
Don't
never
say a word.
ever talk about it again. They don't ask if you itch. They don't ask if you're okay. Nothing.
No. Well, and then, you grow up thinking
Think it's
that
okay.
it's normal.
Right.
Yeah,
And it's not. And that's a part of the consequences of the taboo is that women now go through all of these experiences, itching, heavy bleeding, and they think that it's normal.
Right.
And it's not normal,
So I guess now going towards all of the misconceptions, what do you think are some of the biggest misconceptions that women still have about feminine hygiene products?
I think definitely the biggest ones is that heavy bleeding and itching is normal. Like everyone I say it's not normal, they be like, what? The doctor said that happens to everybody. And then they give me some medication to rub down there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because it happens to everyone means it's normal. Like, what do you really consider normal? Yeah. Like, if your body is itching or any form of irritation or discomfort, something's wrong. That's a sign your body is telling you something is wrong. But they think it's normal when they show them, like, you're only supposed to be excreting about 50 milliliters of blood each cycle, not each day. Like, for your cycle. And they're like, what? No way, I'm doing way more. I'm like, go get checked out. They're just saying it's normal. And just keep going on with life. But
it could be just something simple like changing to organic.
And next thing that another people feels that because they see something on shelves, they think it's safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everyone's been using these stuff for a long time, all the regular ones. Oh, my grandmother been using that one been everybody's fine. Right. Do you think because why would they put stuff like that on the shelves for us to use? Just think about the food that you're eating then.
Yeah, exactly.
Tons of junk food out there, but why is it available? And they know it's unhealthy for you.
Yeah.
Same thing with your pads.
Yeah.
Same exact thing with your pad. Just think of it like the food for, your feminine health.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to think of other misconceptions, like things that I grew up believing. I can't think of any.
Yeah. Maybe just that there is only one way to do it. Like,
yeah. Like there's no option. Like this is it.
Different products. Like,
no one tells you
to try. Yeah, nobody tells you, and you're like, well, this is what my mom told me when I was 17 or 13.
Right.
So
it's available at some shelves. It's been there for years. It must be fine.
Yeah, but
not realizing the long-term effects of it, and to me, it kind of goes into this is like a touchy topic, but it's when it comes to period poverty and supplying feminine care products. And they've been supplying these toxic products to vulnerable girls for years. And you're wondering, like, why everybody gets so much PCOS, endometriosis, fibroids. It's just becoming so common. What's the one thing we all do in common?
Right.
And it's proven, it's scientifically proven that it affects you. So can you imagine now the long-term effects, because you're solving one problem, but you created a whole nother problem.
Right.
Yeah.
That's another one. I was like, well, you should be grateful. At least you have something. But then it's like giving you Burger King when you're hungry versus giving you something healthy.
Right. Yeah.
But you should be grateful you get something to eat anyway, right?
Right.
Well, going along the lines of the organic side of things, and actually I'm interested in learning a little bit more about this because I'm not educated enough on it at all. But what are some things that women need to look for when they're choosing products?
They need to, like most pads as
Sorry, if it just says organic on it, doesn't.
That's what I thought when I first found out the concept. I thought by slapping the word organic. Just because it says organic, no, like you have to do your research. When you catch the news about people, everybody knows how to do their own research then, right? But when it comes to your feminine or something for you that's going to take some time and you find it hard to do, this is the case where you have to research. Okay. Find the ingredients of these products. Like for Women's Haven, we list every single layer of our products up here.
Yeah.
If you read it here, it will tell you everything. And these are all the different layers listed out at the very top of the package and up here.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, that's all the layers. We have like 9 different layers, and we have a display on our website as well to show you an image of what each layer of your pad is made of. And
that's the transparency that we would want to look
Yeah.
for. Because like, let's say another product, like
yeah, there are other art. Yeah.
they don't say like, you know, we had the study and we said like, there's bleach, there's
Yeah, and then that's not listed
other-
anywhere
that
on.
wouldn't be listed.
I've never seen any
No.
ingredients listed on the traditional pads other than pads.
Yeah.
And just words of marketing.
So how are they allowed to do that?
You see, that's the thing. The
Because-
threshold of the
Covering.
testing threshold is so low
Yeah.
that it's within the tolerance range,
Yeah.
just like unhealthy
The same
food.
with
Why
food,
is
right?
it you're
Like-
allowed to sell this junk food all the time and you know it's going to clog up your heart if you go eat all
this
these
much
fries?
of that ingredient is approved
Is-
by the FDA. but
exactly.
anything over that isn't, but they're not going to say
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. So they just, I have my own reports with the threshold. So I'm like, looking at this, I'm like, why are they even on shelves at this like you shouldn't even, this threshold shouldn't even be this low.
Yeah,
You
right.
almost, like,
yeah.
You
Like-
almost wonder, you know how like cigarettes will always
Yeah.
have
Mhm.
like, this may cause lung cancer or whatever.
Mhm.
It's almost like they need those warnings.
They need
Well,
warnings,
it's
but
just the research hasn't been done to prove that.
yes, it's only starting
it
to come
does.
out because even testing period products with real period blood never happened until 2023.
Which is mind blowing. Mind blowing.
Okay, 2023.
They use
Women's
that blue
Haven.
liquid, right?
Yes, and it's no,
Oh, that's
It's
what they
not.
put on the commercials.
Yes,
Mhm.
2023.
It's not the same as
Women's
real
Haven was
blood.
using real blood from the beginning of our launch.
Oh my
Good
God.
for you.
Okay. Wow.
Oh yeah, there's so much
Crazy.
more to this, right? And
Yeah.
and a lot of it, I think, is when you were mentioning the scent, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, women like pretty smelling things.
Oh,
it
yeah.
has to smell pretty.
I didn't even.
But so it's
No.
like toxic that they're putting in there, but also the
Yes.
color, like it needs to be white, or else nobody's gonna buy it because
Yeah.
they're gonna think it's dirty.
Right.
And we're like, no, we just don't want bleach
It's
inside
not
our
our thing.
Our thing.
Yeah.
We're good with it being off white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do it's
They
all
do
this
their own-
marketing
yeah.
to try to rather than thinking about what do women actually need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay. Blowing my mind here.
Yeah.
What surprised you most when you began educating women about their menstrual health?
What surprised me most was that most women, like we were just talking about, never really considered what their products were made of. Like no one thought about it. Like even the most educated people around me, when they started to hear me talking about, I was like, Melesia,
Yeah.
No.
it never crossed my mind
Yeah.
Well, I almost think
my whole life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
I almost think that you
it's
might
the
meet
trust.
people that are very, very conscious about like what it is that they're putting on
Yeah.
their skin, but
But
then
not-
never,
No.
yeah.
Just there. Yeah,
See
that's,
that?
I
that's
think we have a lot of trust, right? Where if
Yes.
it's on the shelves and if they're selling it, it's safe for me. And
Right.
technically it's under the threshold, so it's safe.
yes.
But
yes.
What harm could it
And normalizing the symptoms too was also a part of what really shocked me about everyone just felt that I itch. I have blisters. I swell up. And they think
Yeah. It goes along with it. It's part of it. Yeah.
I'm like, no, girl. It's not normal, but it's sad. Like a lot of women go through a lot in silence.
For sure.
It's such a topic that I don't even know how to break it out of this. Because even if we was to say, let's talk about it, you get in the room with others and you're like, I don't even know if I want to say
I
it.
was just going to say, do you sit in a room where you're like, like
Yeah.
if I say something, this is going to go whoosh.
So it's so hard to be able to get women all together. So it's like one-on-one. Like for me, I've met thousands of women across the region. People I don't even know in the stories I've been told. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I bet.
That's how I knew Women's Haven was something when they used to just come back to me just organically,
Right. You have children too, right?
I have 4 children,
How many are girls?
2 girls and 2 boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old are the girls?
My girls are 13 and 11. My boys are 15 and 10. Well, he will be 15 soon. But I always said to myself when I started Women's Haven, if no one bought my pads, at least I would have pads for the rest of my life and me and my daughters. I'll be known as the pad girl, giving away pads, just have pads forever. Win-win, right? That's what I said. So here we are. And I'm grateful that, people believed in the vision and we are here today. And they work with me with Women's Haven as well as homeschool as a part of their curriculum to, work along with me. They come to Foster's, they pack out with me, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of looking a little bit towards the business side of things, what were some of your biggest challenges earlier on? I know like part of it was the MOQs, right?
Yeah, starting off there. For me, definitely the MOQs was the starting point of my, couldn't meet that. So it took me a while to even start my own brand. Then after starting my own brand, the logistics of getting around the Caribbean. There's no inter-Caribbean trade. There's no inter-Caribbean anything. We're all separate, countries, whatever. So it's really, really hard navigating how am I going to get my products across the region. I'm not from anywhere.
Right.
So that's where the empowerment angle of Women's Haven comes into play, where I was able to gracefully partner with other women who also had similar visions to help me overcome that challenge. Then on top of that is financing. Like I don't have any investors.
Are you bootstrapping?
Yeah, I have done this a solo on my own. Started us off, built a team, and now we work together. Like we create a board, or basically a board of CEOs, and we pool our money together whenever we need to do what we gotta do. And like I said, we built our own table and we made it work and figured it out without a bank, without an investor. Here we are today, and financing has become now one of our biggest hurdles because we have scaled so quickly without even trying, without that initial of any investment ever. So we don't have any cushion to that magnitude to scale. So we've been figuring out, through the grace of God, we've been figuring it out and we have made it. We are fine. But that's one of our goals this year, is to definitely see, what we could do in regards to getting funding, grant funding. We did get a small grant funding from Caribbean Development Bank last year through the She Trades Caribbean Hub, which is the ICT and the Caribbean Development Bank. So that was good. Not enough, but it helped us and, helped us to scale. We scaled to St. Kitts and Nevis, Belize, and Panama during that time. And we also upgraded our distribution center during that time as well to a bigger, climate controlled and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, those are our major 3 challenges. I would say is definitely that manufacturing, because we still have to stick to MOQs now. So that's what makes restocking so hard. I can't just order a little bit. I have to order trailer loads of each size, so yeah.
It's stressful.
Yes, it is. People see you doing this and we all over the Caribbean and they think it's easy. Look at her. She rich where? I wouldn't be here. I would be somewhere on talking to you on Zoom or something. Like I would... No, I'm not. I'm just a regular Caymanian girl who's breaking barriers, breaking glass ceilings. And I come from no rich family. It is what it is, and I'm just doing what I can. I've been told no a lot of times. A lot of people don't give me the opportunity because I just look too regular. She can't be doing this. People think I'm just a distributor. They don't think I actually own the company, and I'm literally the be all like founder. They don't believe it, But it's okay. I've built resilience to have made it this far, because if I had worried about what people thought of me from the beginning, I wouldn't be here today, because no one really cared until I made it to like 10 countries.
Yeah, right.
So what would have happened? When I made it to 1, I made it to 2, no one cared. No one gave me the time of day, but I stuck with it because I see the vision. The ladies with me, they've been with me from 2018. Some of them, we all saw the vision. We believe in it. We use the products. We know it works. It's not a marketing gimmick. We can certify anything, attest to anything. We're transparent. It's not about making money. We're the cheapest organic brand in the Caribbean because we don't have a middleman.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not about making money, because I can price my stuff really high like the other organic brands that are there too and make a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
I don't have no reason to go undercut them. I can see their prices on the shelf. I can price mine the same thing too.
Right.
But I choose not to, because it's not about getting rich quick. that was not the purpose of how this foundation of this started.
Yeah.
While I would love to be rich, but in time, whatever's meant for be will be. And I always say, I don't chase, I attract.
Right.
So I put up my feeders out there, whatever is meant for me will come to me.
Good for you.
That's amazing. It really is an amazing story. You've worked so hard.
Yes, I have, and I'm happy that I'm able to tell myself, Melesia, you've worked hard. Before I had suffered from imposter syndrome. Oh my gosh. You couldn't get me to come on a podcast and talk like this. I'm so humble, just want to be behind the scenes, don't want to be seen. Like I used to be all private on socials, but now I'm like, I have to believe in myself before somebody else can believe in me.
Yeah.
So I just believe in myself. I got my children. I got a legacy to build for them. I'm helping empower other women. I'm helping bring access to safe organic products for other women.
Right.
I'm just fulfilling my purpose. It was ordained onto me. I didn't go out ordained to wanting to be a feminine. I'm selling period pods. I wanted to be a teacher and train and develop and, No, I'm doing that in my business in various different ways. I even mentor now where people reach out to me because they see the success of Women's Haven and the scale that it's at and they want help.
Yeah.
And here I am to help them because I didn't have that help.
Yeah.
I had to figure out 100% of everything on my own.
Yeah.
Like there was no chat GPT in 2017.
Right.
So you can't say I was using that. So here we are, Yeah.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why is empowering other women entrepreneurs important to you?
I think it's important because no man stands alone in this world. Like nobody have made it by themselves.
No way.
Like tell me the first, no one has. And it's all about teamwork, building the right alignments, and fulfilling your purpose. My purpose is empowerment, offering feminine care products. I didn't know that, but here I am. And it's more than pads or products or getting rich or being a millionaire or any of that. Like, if we help each other, can you imagine how much better the world would be if women actually felt good? Like, we are very powerful. We affect our homes. We affect our children, husbands, friends, whatever. Imagine if we actually felt comfortable in our own skin. Like, we change 4 times minimum every month. Our different cycles, our menstrual cycle, follicular phase, ovulatory phase, menstrual. We're different people for the entire month. Men, they change every 24 hours. They're the same. So they think that we're crazy because we're changing and moody but no one cares about our health. We don't even understand our own health.
Right.
And if we start to understand each other as males and females, you'll be able to work together. Because if a man understands you in your luteal phase, he can give you a little bit of grace because that's a serious phase to be in.
Yeah.
If he understands what it entails, he can be like, oh, I didn't know that she was going through like that,
Right.
You know what I mean? But they just don't know. They think you're crazy.
And we didn't know either. Like
Some women don't even know.
I was in my mid-40s when I heard
Before you found out
4 different phases.
Right.
Like, what?
Now it explains why some days you can do it, some days you can't. When you go to the gym, you can lift this weight. When you go to the gym the next time, you can... Like, why can I lift this weight and I was able to lift it last week?
Yeah.
Then you think you're fat, but you're just bloated because you soon have your period.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, exactly. All right. So you're a mother of 4.
Yes, I am.
And a founder.
Yes.
How have you approached balancing that, the family life and building a company?
For me, it's integrating both into my life. I'm not just one or just the other. I don't have a switch where I'm like necessarily on or off. I find a way to encompass both in my everyday life. Like for my kids, they understand when mom is working, when mama got something to do with Women's Haven, they understand. I can still be a mom and I can still be a founder. I don't have to shut you off or anything to like be in my space because you can respect my space. You understand when I have a meeting. Don't come making noise in the room.
Yeah.
But mommy will be with you soon. And as soon as I'm done my meeting, I'm with you, or I can signal to you one little signal while I'm meeting and what to do. So I try not to segregate them because it can create problems sometimes in your life when you just have these 2 different personalities, it would seem like. For me, I try to keep them understanding of being respectful of each other, where I'm a founder, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and each one of those roles respect each other's roles. And those are, my husband understands, my children understands. Once everybody on the same page, it makes it less stressful that I don't have to switch on this mode or get upset and be yelling every time I have a meeting. You're always making noise. They know if I have a meeting, don't make no noise. Don't shout and carry on. Don't come banging on the door. I said I had a meeting.
Yeah.
So I keep them together respectively in their separate places, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Do you think that it helps that they're homeschooled?
Maybe it does. My children were not always homeschooled.
Oh, okay.
My oldest 3 used to go to traditional school, and I pulled them out in COVID. My youngest never went to regular school. He's always been homeschooled. And I will say something that I did observe between my 3 oldest and my youngest. My youngest is the most friendliest of them all, versus my older 3 used to be super friendly. And after going to school, I guess maybe seeing bullying or the shouting, and they used to complain about the noise and stuff, it made them become more timid and more, and that's something I observed weirdly from that. But maybe because they're homeschooled, it kind of helps them because they have to go in their modes in their head for homeschooling too. Because home ain't a playground all the time.
Right.
And you wake up, you do your chores, you bathe, you brush your teeth, eat your breakfast, get your schoolwork done. Once that's done, then you can relax or do what you have to do. So maybe it does help that they're homeschooled because they're able to.
They can see that you know, even though you're at home,
I'm at
there's
work.
different jobs that need to be done.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's the same for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
On the couch watching TV.
Good perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Good perspective.
Yeah. Was there a moment when you doubted yourself? You said you have had imposter syndrome in the past. I think a lot of us can relate to that. How did you move through that?
Good question. It was quite an interesting experience after building Women's Haven and getting to a point in my life where I felt that I was always giving and I had no one giving to me. Then I used to watch other founders and, other entrepreneurs, and I would see there say that, you need a mentor or a coach at some point in your life to help you get to that next point. And I myself am a mentor / coach / teacher. So I know all the ins and outs of what you have to do, but holding myself accountable to get that done was a different question in itself. And when I realized in order for me to make it to the next level of my life, I would need to get over this feeling. Yeah. Because as I tell others now, I'm like, when you think of that brand or that person that you like, are they are they all timid? And, no. You wouldn't like them if they were like that. They were very confident. They're, they talk well, and they do what they have to do. So I said, but if I want to be I need to be like that in order for me to continue to excel. And I was blessed with an opportunity to go through a life transformational coaching with Chelsea Flynn Coaching. She helped me with going through a life transformational coaching experience, and it held me accountable and made me stop and realize that I had to do what I had to do and forget about the noise in order for me to, be where I need to be in life. And like to be in life in the position that I would have to be in life as a founder. It's just you don't really have a choice. It's not, I don't like fame. I don't want to be out there. I don't like any of that. I tell people, keep the fame, give me the fortune. I'll take that part, but not the fame part. But it comes with the package of being a founder and all that kind of stuff. So I've gotten over that and realized that it is what it is. I'm transparent. I just do what I have to do and hope and pray that everything just continues to, do well and help my team, empower my team, because I can't lead if I need help too.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's a good message. A lot of us feel this imposter syndrome. I think it's normal.
It is normal.
A lot of people do. And it's, finding the strength within you to go, I feel
you gotta
imposter
be
syndrome, but
confident.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, like before I could not say that I owned the first female Caribbean-owned organic. You see, I can say that so confident, and now I am in 100 different stores. That's like bragging, borderline. Feel like you're bragging. You're imposter men. You're imposter mentality. So you bragging. You don't got to tell everybody all that. Why not? I had 36 million views on social media last year. You gonna say that I'm bragging? No, this is the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the truth. I'm not. How would you know the truth if I didn't tell you?
Right.
You're not in my analytics on Facebook. You can't see it. I need to tell you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
And like, as a woman, it's in bad taste. Don't go around to it. But a man would shout it from the rooftops and he would be praised for it. So
I have confidence in what I speak up. And if I have a stat to say, I say it confidently because it's the truth.
Yeah, exactly. So your mission does go beyond your products.
Yes.
It's about education and empowerment.
Yes.
What kind of impact do you hope Women's Haven will have on the next decade?
So as you mentioned from the beginning, Women's Haven has been more than just selling products. It's been about creating impact and empowering women across the region, empowering in the sense of a business mindset as well as with their wellness. And I hope that the impact that Women's Haven can have is right now, periods, menstruation is a taboo topic. Hardly anyone wants to talk about it. I hope that we can change that, normalize talking about safe, organic menstrual products, and becoming a household name, knowing that you can trust Women's Haven. Like, they're legit, like they're transparent. They're here to help you, and they're not just trying to sell you a product.
Yeah.
Right.
They actually want you to be educated about your wellness. And something we always say as a company is that even if you don't want to choose to use Women's Haven, find an organic brand that you know that's transparent, it's legit, and it works for you. There's plenty of bread on the bread aisle, and all of them sell.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
You don't have, if I get the whole world, great. But it doesn't, it's fine. We can all be in it together. Let's choose something healthy so that we can have better lives, healthier lives, live longer. And, that's the kind of impact I hope to have across the region.
So if a young woman is listening today and wanted to start a purpose-driven brand like yours, what advice would you give her?
I would definitely say to start with something you genuinely care about. And with that, find the problem that you're trying to solve. Like, purpose-driven brands just last longer. They're more, they can live out the test of time because you're not just creating something just because you saw something you think it looks nice. Like, what are you fulfilling? What's going to be so different with your product? What problem are you going to be solving to address whatever this issue is, and that you're going to be able to say, okay, well, see, this particular thing is going on. I have this to be able to address that. For me, it was like, for example, with Women's Haven, I saw the lack of access to safe, organic feminine care products. I was like, that's a problem.
Right.
It's, I'm not just following Always or some other brand or whatever's out there. I saw a problem and I address that problem. And coming from that perspective, when thinking about doing any kind of business, product-based, service-based, what is going to be unique? What problem are you solving? What's out there right now that you don't like about whatever, and that you're going to be doing different to address this need? Start with that type of mentality.
Right.
And, everything will, domino effect after that, and building out something purposeful. One quote I like to leave women with, though, is this. It says, to every woman with a dream, just keep going. The blueprint is believing in yourself. And the cheat code is discipline and consistency. Success is built on habits, not luck. If you're worried about the cost of going for it, just consider the price of staying exactly where you are. Your mindset is the software that runs your life. So upgrade it accordingly.
Very good. Now, for anyone who's listening, where can they find you? Where can they find your products?
Okay.
And how can they get in touch with you?
Okay. You can find me on socials, on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can find our products at all 4 Foster's locations. So that's Countryside, Airport, Cayman Bay, and Republics. You can also find our products at Kurt Market, West Bay Pharmacy as well. Rochelle's Beauty Supply also sells them as well too. We're also available online on our website.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, womenshaven.com. You can purchase across the Caribbean. Any country you're at, you can order directly on our website. The currency changes for your respective country. It will tell you how much you got to pay in your dollars. You can do pickup or delivery in most countries. Here in Cayman as well, too, if you don't feel like shopping in the store. We're also sold on Amazon and on Temu as well, too.
Oh, you are?
good.
Yeah.
Amazon.com.
Amazon.com in the US, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
That's so awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a great conversation.
Yes.
We can really feel how passionate you are.
Yes, it's genuine. And yeah, I tell you, I can talk a lot about this. It's just, it's not something I started because I wanted to do a business. You know,
Yeah.
I wanted to just make money or
Yeah.
whatever. It's nothing like that. It's literally just purpose driven. Like, I never thought I would be a period girl. Like, come
Yeah.
on. Like,
Right.
have you ever thought about being a period girl? No. Like, no one does. We all hate our periods, okay? Be a period girl for life? No. But here I am. Here I am, you know. And I used to have a good job, make good money, and I don't make as much money per month now that I used to make in my job before. But what? I'm fulfilling the purpose and helping others. Some of the countries make more money than me. We don't got as much people in Cayman as I do in them other countries. And I don't make, they just buy wholesale from me. They make them profits on it,
Yeah.
you know? So, yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that this spreads the word a little
Yeah.
bit more for you.
Get the word out there. This is so great.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us on Breast Intentions. We hope you felt seen, supported, and maybe had a few laughs along the way. Don't forget to share, subscribe, rate, and review us. Your support keeps the conversation alive. Follow us on social media for more insights, behind-the-scenes fun, and updates on future episodes. Got a topic you want us to dive into? We'd love to hear from you. Remember, life's too short for bad bras, toxic relationships, and kale you don't actually like. So until next time, stay bold and keep your breast intentions exactly where they belong, front and center. Now go crush midlife, or at least today's to-do list. Cheers!